And you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Darren Sproles taking it in. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, 104 yards. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety?
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
81. Black.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 65 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Inside. Cut. Hey, check 26.
Snap comes at 1. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Nick Perry in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now it's Sproles. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Works over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And once again, they go with Sproles. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Goes underneath for Sproles. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
We're good.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Black, come on. Great.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Black, come on. Great 15.
Again, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
If you're hungry, Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose, and the Eagles have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Box it. All right. Get 300. Zone.
Back to throw. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal. You still got a chance to take care of business on the other end, but you're right. The 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
To throw, it's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Perkins. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Wentz steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the I.
List by two. Check, 42. Heavy on the end. Son.
They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there. He's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, yards count either way.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right? He can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
Hey, 88. Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
That's fine. Yeah. Here we go. 58. Get reset. Hey, easy. We need team.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cobb. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right. Maximum.
On 1st down, Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Over here.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Right.
Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.